Hello, I'm back again. I would like to start by saying this channel has been growing, and I really appreciate everyone who's been helping me, grow the channel. A shout out to people at the Namibia University of Science and Technology, where I always ask my colleagues to share with students and colleagues so that they can subscribe. I would also like to give a shout out to where I eat at Pantry Restaurants at Avani, where I also task a lot of the ladies and gentlemen over there to help me, announce my channel so that I can get subscribers. But I also like to thank my colleagues from across Africa that I normally bug with emails and WhatsApp, messages, and my friends and colleagues around the world. I have bothered you people to at least watch my channel and get others to subscribe, and I think it's growing, and I want to say thank you. So I'm back. This time I want to talk about jobs and universities. So today I'll be talking about whether it is the job of universities to create jobs. And there's no other place we can have this discussion other than in the motherland, Africa, where there are no jobs, and yet everybody wants to go to school, everybody wants to go to the university and get Western education with the hope that they would in future be able to survive, have a good living, have a good retirement, and die well. Yes, you heard me right. Die well. That means having the ability to access, having the financial ability to get whatever they want. And many people go to school because of this. So, oh, by the way, even though the schools and the universities tell you that it's all about knowledge, but when you ask the students, it's about the fact that they need a better way of living to improve their living conditions, which obviously to do that, you need knowledge. So the question again, is it the job of universities to create jobs? I know you have your own opinion. I'm glad you have your own opinion. I'll be happy if you can share the opinion in the comment section, or sometime maybe get on my podcast, we can have that discussion. But today I'll just tell you what I think. And you don't have to agree with me. You also don't have to disagree. You can just listen and share your own opinion. So this is a subject that you get everywhere you go. It's not only in African countries, but particularly in Namibia, where I am, it's also a burning issue because we have an unemployment rate that is really not good to mention. So when I don't have to mention it, then you know what I'm talking about. And so any opportunity we have to create jobs, anything that will make us create jobs in Namibia, we want it. Whether it's coming from university, it's coming from government, it's coming from local authorities, it's coming from private sector, all hands should be on deck. With that stated, I hope you understand my premise and where I'm coming from before I present my opinion. So there's been arguments that has been made by, individuals, organizations, groups about why the university isn't a place to create jobs. It's a knowledge building, knowledge creation, knowledge sharing and knowledge dissemination center. if it is all of this, my question is knowledge creation, knowledge building, knowledge sharing, knowledge dissemination, all of these that the university do, research, around research, you can do them creating jobs. To disseminate knowledge, there has to be a process, and that process requires that someone has to do something. And so job activities would come from there. To build knowledge, whether it's through research or teaching, job activities would come from there. So what then is the issue? I know that the primary mandate of universities in general is to teach and to research. So because of that, I can understand why individuals, lecturers, professors, vice chancellors, ministers of education, and research development institutes would say that it's not the job of the university to create jobs. But I have one question. I think it's everybody's task, everybody's responsibility within the economy to create jobs. It is nobody's specific task to take jobs. If jobs are to be taken, then jobs are to be created. And on that basis, I'm now left to ask, if it is not the job of the universities to create jobs, then whose job is it to create jobs? Because if it is the job of the universities to not create jobs, what are the universities creating? Because the last time I checked, I'm employed in the university. So the university has created some job for me. But I get the idea that, the university cannot employ everyone. So I guess that's the context we're talking about. And within that context, I read a piece sometime, and in this piece, it was entitled, "Employment Creation is Not University's Job." This is published by The Namibian. The Namibian is a newspaper in Namibia, and here, the piece is saying that the University of Namibia, UNAM, that the Vice Chancellor noted that the notion that universities create employment is false. And if you go to other universities where these things have come up, certain vice chancellors have held different views. Here at NUST, I can't speak about anyone's view, and even the one I just read from the Namibian, you really can't tell whose view it is. It's reported. But at NUST, I know that NUST, Namibia University of Science and Technology, at NUST, I know that the leadership, the administration talks a lot about the university being entrepreneurial and its students being taught entrepreneurial skills such that they are not supposed to simply go into the market to be employed, but can go into the market to create employment. So obviously there is a university that holds a different kind of opinion. I also know, for instance, if you go to the Technical University of Munich, TUM, in Germany, on the website as we are speaking, TUM identifies itself as an entrepreneurial university. That means it does not actually view itself as the university that is just there to create or produce employable students, but rather to produce employment creating students. And I think that's what it means to be entrepreneurial. So I think when you look at, or when you think deeply into what I've just said, you will realize that there is an opportunity for universities to create jobs. First, in terms of its own expansion of its departments, the university, granted they are not supposed to be profit making, but they do own and invest in businesses, can create through that means, also create opportunities that enables the broader economy to benefit from. So that's a possibility for creating jobs. But at the same time, I can ask this question. There's a school of thought that believes that universities are meant to produce employable graduates. So my question to you is, if the university is meant to create employable graduates, those employable graduates that the university will produce, who will produce the employment that will take them up? Who will create the jobs in which they would now get employed into? I hope you're getting something here. Are we saying it's going to be the ones that didn't go to university that are creating the jobs, that the universities that create employable graduates will now go into? When you look at this, the numbers don't add up at all. All universities should be creating jobs. That's my opinion, and I know that people can have their different views on this issue. Universities, most times, or in all cases, if not in all cases, were created with the mandate to push knowledge, the boundaries of knowledge and the horizon of knowledge, such that they can do research, teach students, and produce individuals that will become leaders of the economies, leaders of the politics, of the polity, leaders of the world we live in. But for universities to do that, they're gonna have to be employing people. They're gonna have to also expanding the horizon of their own thinking, the horizon of their own activities, which can enable employment. But most importantly, if it is the same people that graduate from universities that would now go and create jobs, then the universities definitely needs to focus on entrepreneurial skills and entrepreneurial knowledge in order to support the economy from the perspective of job creation. So you all should just accept it, or maybe not, but at least, even if you reject my opinion, where you all chose to, please do consider the question concerning who will create the jobs for our economy if the job of the university is only to produce employable graduates. Again, I think that the task of job creation should not be left for any sector alone. It should be for everyone. And if you can accept that, perhaps we can also accept that the university has a responsibility when it comes to job creation. I think that's all I want to say for now, but I know that it's a topic that some people definitely would have a different opinion concerning where they stand or where they do not stand. I'd like to hear your opinion, and you've heard mine. Please leave your comments in the comment section and tell us what you think. I think that the idea that universities' primary mandate is not to produce jobs but to teach and research does not imply that the universities shouldn't create jobs. Universities can extend the horizon of their thinking and their activities towards job creation, where, as a matter of precondition, the resources are available. And those resources can mean time, space, money, which is funding, and of course the knowledge or innovation to do the same. So thank you very much, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. And I would like to say once more, please tap the button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, or please do me the favor of just telling one more person to tap that button so that they will subscribe. With this channel will grow. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.